Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever wondered how a language can be so much more than just a bunch of words? Well, today we're going to dive into Mandarin Chinese, and we're going to see how it's not just a way to speak, but it's pretty much a living, breathing map of Chinese culture itself.
It's a really good question, right? Think about it. Language is like a key, and every single word can unlock a story, a value, a little piece of history. What we're going to find is that in Mandarin, even the simplest greetings are absolutely packed with thousands of years of cultural DNA.
So, where do we even begin? To really get the language, let's start by looking at the physical world it comes from. The huge monumental symbols of China, they aren't just scenery, they're like the bedrock of the language itself. Okay, so take the Great Wall. It is so much more than just a landmark. It's a physical symbol of the sheer endurance and scale of the civilization that shaped Mandarin. And that feeling, that sense of deep history, of persistence, it's not just in the stones. It's woven right into the very fabric of the language.
Now, let's zoom in from these massive structures to something way more personal, but just as powerful, calligraphy. Because in Chinese culture, this is so much more than just pretty writing. It's seen as a true art form, one that literally reveals a person's soul.
What's really incredible here is that the way you write is seen as a direct window into your character. With calligraphy, every single brushstroke is meant to carry wisdom, personality, and spirit. It's this deep, almost spiritual connection between the written word and who you are as a person.
All right, so from these powerful kind of static symbols, let's jump into something that's alive and kicking, celebration. And honestly, there's no better way to see language in action than during the biggest festival of the year.
Chinese New Year is just an explosion of culture. It's a time for massive family reunions, for honoring ancestors. And guess what plays a huge role? Language. The things people say aren't just, hey, how's it going? No, they're these powerful, almost ritualistic expressions of tradition and hope for the future.
Seriously, during the festival, you will hear this phrase everywhere. Just listen to it. 恭喜发财. It's not just a greeting, It's more like a wish, a blessing that gets passed from person to person.
So what does it mean? Well, it basically means wishing you prosperity. And this one little phrase, it just perfectly captures this huge cultural value, the importance of good fortune, of success, and just well-being for everyone in the coming year. Okay, so we've looked at the big picture, grand symbols, massive celebrations. Now let's zoom all the way into the personal level. What are the actual building blocks you need to just have your first conversation? All right, here we go. These are the absolute essentials. So your basic hello is ni hao. If you want to ask, how are you? You just add a ma at the end, ni hao ma. A good response is 我很好, I'm fine. Then you've got your essential manners. 谢谢 for thank you, and when it's time to go, 再见 for goodbye. Honestly, with just these 5 phrases, you've basically got your passport to a real conversation. But wait, it gets even cooler, because this cultural stuff isn't just in special holiday phrases. It's literally baked right into the grammar itself. Let's check out how one tiny word can tell you so much about respect and social structure. So check this out. In English, you is just you, right? Whether you're talking to your best friend or the president. But in Mandarin, you've got 2 main ways to say it, ni and nin. Ni is your everyday casual you, for friends, family, people your age. But nin? That's the formal version. You use that one to show respect to an elder, a teacher, anyone in a position of authority. That one little sound change carries so much cultural weight. It's all about hierarchy, politeness. I mean, respect is literally built right into the pronoun. How amazing is that? So what have we seen? From the sweep of a calligraphy brush to a New Year's greeting, all the way down to a single pronoun. Every single piece of Mandarin is like a little doorway into the culture. It just goes to show, learning a word is never just about memorizing a sound. It's about grabbing hold of a value, a tradition, a whole new way of looking at the world. And we've really only just scratched the surface here. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If language is the key and it's holding all these cultural secrets, it makes you think, what other doors are out there just waiting for us to unlock them? And all it takes is learning how to say hello.